Well, hi, it's Peter here. Welcome to the video. Today I'm at Manchester Airport, and what challenge I've set myself today is to try and get the three cheapest flights in a row. I can't go more than £50 in my flight cost budget, and I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to yet. One clue I'm going to give you is that the country is known for its cuisine, and it was a Ryanair flight. The total cost for the flight was £17. Other countries I could have gone to were Germany and Poland, but they were just slightly more expensive. One destination I could have gone to that was only £15 was Tangier, Morocco. However, there was one issue with that. That was the flight out of Morocco was too expensive, so that ruined that one. Right, guys, I'm just going to see you on the other side. I'm just going to go through security. Hello. Now I'm just waiting for my flight. One challenge I've also set myself for this trip is to try and see how many non-middle seats I get, how many window and aisle seats I get on my flights. Now, a big issue with some particularly low-budget airlines is they try and make you have the middle seat, so you pay for seat allocation. And now a trick around this is to check in really last minute for your flight, because what they'll do is the algorithm will make sure that the people who check in first have the middle seat. So I checked in about 3 hours before my flight, and yeah, I've got the window seat first time. So it's Peter 1, Ryanair 0.
On both sides of the aircraft, at the front.
Right, guys, if you haven't guessed already, I'm in Verona in Italy. So that was the first leg of the journey. Manchester to Verona, and that was £17 that flight. So from here, I'm going to need to get a shuttle bus from Verona Airport into Verona city centre, where I'm then going to get a train from there to Brescia. I was speaking to an older man on the flight who was a local who lived in Verona, and he says that the public transport around here can be notoriously unreliable. So I'm not sure how this is going to pan out. My shuttle bus from the airport to Verona is at 4:10. My train from Verona is at 4:45, so it should give me enough time. But let's hope we don't get stuck in traffic getting into Verona. Right, I am absolutely parched. I'm going to go grab a drink inside. I'm not going to get an alcoholic drink this time. I'm actually going to get a soft drink. Once we get into Brescia, I'm staying at a hotel there. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be having to get a train from Brescia to Milan Bergamo Airport, where we do the second leg of our journey. Right, I'm just at Porta Nuova station now, just on the platform where I can get my train. It's a train that's going to Milan, then it's just obviously stopping in Brescia for me where I can get off. One issue I've got with Italy so far is how difficult it is to go to the toilet. Like at the airport, the toilets were closed off. I tried to go to the toilet here now at the railway station, but there was a massive queue. That was really strange. Attenzione, allontanarsi dalla linea gialla. So. Allontanarsi dalla linea gialla. Rimanere dal sentiero del viaggio. Right, I'm now at Brescia station. That was a journey from hell. It was absolutely rammed. I understand it was rush hour, but it was so busy on that train. Like when I got on, I got myself a seat, but it quickly became full. And then I was in one of those seats where you're facing a passenger. There's like 4 seats and you're facing each other, which I really don't like because it's not good for vlogging or for filming the outside of the train. But the people around me were fine. And then when we got about 2/3 of the way through the journey, these like little feral youths came onto the train and replaced those people that were sat around me, and they were just so annoying. They were like punching each other, talking really loudly, shouting at each other. So when it came to about a few minutes before our final destination, I just stood up and just and stood in the in those in between bits between the carriages because we couldn't be dealing with it anymore. Right, I'm going to give you some few quick facts about Brescia. Well, firstly, it's not called Brescia. Around here they call it Brescia. Secondly, it's home to about 1.5 million people, the greater Brescia area. It's in the Lombardy region. It's one of those cities, from what the internet's told me, it's not that touristy. I think it's just because there's a lot more attractive places nearby, like Milan, Turin. I'm staying here because it was cheaper. Because what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'm going to get the train to Milan Bergamo Airport, and then we're going to get our second super cheap flight. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go to shop. I'm going to try and get a beer from here as like a memento. I'm going to try and, for this challenge, we're going to get a beer from each place that I go to, and then I'm going to show you the hotel. Hey, I'm in my hotel room now. So I thought I'd give you guys just a quick tour of it. Now this costs €50, and it's pretty good to be fair. I can't really complain. So I'll just show you the stats. Here, one concern I have is, does this lock, or is it just open from the inside always? Like I've tried. I'll show you again. Tried locking it like this. Still just opens. So I don't know. Hopefully it locks. Got a little safe here to put your things away. Give me a fridge. I don't know whether those. Does it seem open? I don't know whether those drinks are complimentary or not. The lady downstairs, the receptionist, hasn't given me any Wi-Fi access. I don't know whether that's just because I didn't ask. I forgot to ask. But let's see if we go in here. No. Right. You got a phone for reception. I think that's a queen size bed, or maybe even a king size bed. Lights. Like when I came in before, the temperature was way too high. It was like 24 degrees, and it's probably about 12 degrees outside now. So it was way too hot in here. Turn the temperature down. That's our little view. Be careful, don't drop this phone. That's the station outside. Can't really see much of it during the daytime. Seeing those mountains over there would be nice. Television. Let's see if it works. Majestic. Yeah, it looks like it's worked, yeah. It's cool. And then this is the bathroom. Is that the kids' toilet? I don't know. Then I'm going to just close this actually because I was desperate for the toilet before. There's me. There's the shower. The shower looks decent. It's very nice. Massive shower head. Some complimentary shower gel shampoo. Yeah, I'm really impressed with that shower. Yeah, and they give me towels as well. Yeah. I think this is fairly cheap for what you get here because it's quite a, I don't mean to sound nasty, but looks quite like a dodgy area outside. And like I said before, Brescia is not like a super touristy city from what the internet's told me. So maybe that's why it's a bit cheaper. I bet over in Milan this would be a lot more expensive. Right, yeah, I'm gonna have something to eat and then get some sleep and then I've gotta be up relatively early for the second leg of this journey where we're gonna get the next cheapest flight. I'm not gonna tell you where it is yet, but it cost me £15. And we need to get the train over to Milan Bergamo Airport. Right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Morning, everyone. Today I'm here at Brescia bus station. And what we're going to be doing is getting the coach from here to Milan Bergamo Airport for the second part of our journey. I'm not going to reveal you which exact destination we're going to yet, but the place we're going to isn't part of the European Union and it's north of here. And it's a Ryanair flight. Like I said yesterday, the cost of the flight is £15. We're getting an Autostradale coach at 8 a.m. The journey is about an hour long. It's very important that we catch this coach on time because our flight's at 11:30, but the next Autostradale coach is not until 10:30 in the morning. Also, another thing I need to add, I've just checked in for my flight and it's Peter 2 Ryanair nil now because, yeah, again, I haven't got a middle seat. I've got an aisle seat this time. I found the stand I'm meant to be waiting for my coach, but I was walking around for ages trying to find it. I eventually asked someone on reception, and she showed me, but God, it was poorly signposted. I'm now at Milan Bergamo Airport. That journey on the Autostradale coach was very good. My only issue was that it was very hot. They seemed to put the heating up very high. But the journey was only an hour, so it wasn't too much of an issue. Also, there was no toilet on that coach. They seem to have got rid of the toilet or something so they could accommodate more passengers. But there was maybe only about 15 passengers on the entire coach anyway. Remember, guys, when I told you that I was going to have a beer in each country that I go to on this cheapest flights challenge? I've got one here. I've got a Peroni. It is now 9:15 in the morning, so that means it's beer o'clock. 1 second. So I've got the Peroni here. Yeah, I've had this beer before, I think, in Britain anyway. So it shouldn't be too dissimilar, but it might be different because it's in its home country. Let me give it a quick taste. It's okay. Maybe because it's very early in the morning. It's an alright beer. It's just trying to taste like one of those standard ones that you get. Standard lager in any pub in Britain. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. It's alright, yeah. Maybe just the wrong time because, like I say, it's the morning. Yeah, pretty standard.
Flight 04774 to Thessaloniki.
Hey everyone, I'm just waiting for my flight now. I've just got a big problem. I've just realised I'm running dangerously low on space on this phone, so I might run out before the end of this trip. Just to try and minimise this happening, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my footage to a minimum, cut down the B-roll and the panoramic shots. So hopefully we should be able to complete this trip. Right, I'll see you guys on the other side.
If your device or its battery is damaged, hot, produces smoke, is lost.
Thank you. Right, everyone, where do you think I am? If you've not already guessed it, I'm in Norway. I'm in Sandefjord, which is not far from Oslo. So we've travelled from the fringes of Central Europe, coming into Southern Europe in Northern Italy. So we went to Verona, then went to Brescia, then went to Milan Bergamo Airport, and have now travelled up to Norway. So far on this cheapest flight challenge, we have covered just over 1,800 miles. The temperature change is quite big, like it was about 15 degrees at Bergamo, and now it's about 8 degrees here. And it's quite windy actually. Well, the wind's just died off actually now. I'm not sure what to do. We've got about 4 hours until the next flight. This is the furthest north I've ever been. My mum's side of the family, we have relatives who live up in the north of Scotland, and I've looked on a map and this is further north. We're in latitude of like the Orkney Islands, if that gives you a measurement. Right, I'm back in the airport now, guys. I've decided not to travel into the local town because it's nearly an hour's walk away. This is a really isolated airport. So this airport's called Sandefjord Torp Airport, and the nearest towns are Torp and Sandefjord. They're too far away. They're nearly an hour's walk, and the taxi's too expensive to get there. And I asked about taxi prices, and it's about £25 for a 3 or 4 mile taxi journey, which is just too much for me. We are doing a budget challenge for this trip. The viewers have probably gathered. I'm getting my flight back to UK, my third cheapest Ryanair flight. I'm not going to tell you where in the UK I'm going to yet. It is a Ryanair flight. I have checked in, and now it's Peter 2 Ryanair 1. I've got a middle seat. And when I checked the seat allocation bits before I checked in, there were loads of spare seats. So I think it's just the Ryanair algorithm puts me down on a middle seat just because I've not paid for it. One good thing though is I have managed to get a local, Norwegian beer anyway. You know, I said I'll get a beer from each place I go to. So I've got a Frydenlund beer. They say it's a Pilsner. And this cost me £10. This was very expensive as well. I'm gonna just taste test it for you. That's decent. That's better than the Peroni. It's a Pilsner. It tastes almost a little bit like an IPA. Right, that was my third and final flight completed. Where do you think I am? Oh yeah, you guessed it right, I'm in Manchester. So that was Manchester to Verona Airport, then from Bergamo Airport up to Sandefjord Torp Airport in Norway, and then from Sandefjord Torp over to Manchester. All that cost was £47, and we covered over 2,400 miles. What an adventure. So a question I was asking myself is, would I do that challenge again? And yes, absolutely, I would. I was actually really impressed by Ryanair. The customer service was good. The flights weren't too busy. Maybe I got lucky. The flights weren't delayed as well. Yeah, I was really impressed. All for an incredible budget as well, £47. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope I'll see you again soon.